All right, folks, welcome to our week on document design and memos. This video is going to be pretty short and sweet, so I need you to go ahead and, in addition to reading the section in Chapter 7 on emails, memos, and other technical writing genres, you are also going to need to read Chapter 3 on document design. And following this up, make sure that you're formatting your memos and your other documents correctly. So you're going to be thinking about readability, you'll be thinking about headings, you'll be thinking about lists, figures and tables, also consistency, and making sure that you use APA citation format when necessary. Okay, so in terms of readability, we're talking about using easily readable fonts, using an appropriate size, using appropriate spacing between sections, etc. And also making sure that you are writing things that are in a clear and easy to understand fashion for your audience so that they get the information easily and don't get confused. Okay, so your headings need to be appropriate to the content that's following them, and they need to be placed appropriately and need to have appropriate spacing above and below them. And you need to have more spacing above a heading than comes below a heading, right? So less spacing between a heading and the content below it than between a heading and the content above it. Your lists, there are a number of different types of lists and each have their own formatting. So if you look in Chapter 3, you will see examples of these and you can follow those examples. You'll also see how to do figures and tables. These need to be labeled and captioned appropriately. And for all of these things, you need to make sure that you're being consistent about how you handle them from the beginning of your document to the end of your document. And then, of course, whenever there's something that you're citing, you want to be using APA citation style. Now, this week you're going to be producing a memo. Okay, so in your memo you need to include a logo. That's where you can have a little bit of creativity in how you create your technical writing solutions logo. You will also label your memo memorandum. You'll have your opening section with to, from, date, and subject, and then underneath that your introduction. This is where you are going to let your audience know what your memo is about, right? And then in the body, you're going to go into a little bit more detail. Okay, this is where you are going to list the steps that your audience needs to follow and be detailed about those. And then in the third paragraph, you are going to give your call to action, right? And then you are going to supply any contact information that your audience needs in order to get in touch with you if they have any follow-up questions. So you have an option to supply a signature for your memo. It's not required, and if you do, it doesn't even have to be a full signature. And so go forth, take this information, pair it with the media that I have provided for you this week, and make sure you do those readings. And then if you have any follow-up questions, just get in touch with me, and I will do my best to answer them. All right, take care.